Hi, Candy. This is a really great question, and I am so glad you asked. So I did this just on little samples so I can show you. This is the cowhide or cow print, and I'm going to do one with Stardust, which is like an ultra micro fine powdery glitter, okay? And then I'm going to do one with regular fine glitter. And I'm going to show you the difference, and that's how where we'll start. And then I'll explain also how you get it not to move. And for anyone new to templates, or you've done them and you're just unsure, you want to always start with your darkest color first. That way your darker colors don't contaminate your lighter colors. So the one over on this side is going to be the Stardust, and then the one over on this side we're going to do with just the regular fine glitter. So I'm just going to take the Stardust and we're just going to coat that into where I've uncovered the adhesive. And we're just going to spin our brush and rub it all into that template. And then once you have it on there, you want to be sure to completely clean that off so that your template is clean. All right, so we've got the Stardust on this one, and now we're going to do this side with the microfine glitter. And if you can notice, and I'll show you up close, the microfine glitter is even though it's a fine glitter, it's still a thicker cut than what your like ultra fine like Stardust is. So the coverage is going to be different. So we've got this one covered. Cleaning out my brush, and we're going to clean this one off. So you can see there's your Stardust, and there is your microfine glitter or fine glitter. All right, so we are going to now do the white portion of this template. And again, we're going to use Stardust on this left one, and we'll use a fine glitter on the right one. My right, your left. All right, so here we go with the Stardust. And you might not be able to see it very well just because of, this one still has black in the brush. One second. I'm getting some black on this one just because of it being in the brush, so hopefully it will get out of there. All right. So those flecks of glitter are from the brush, not from the template. Let me change brushes. We'll grab a different brush just so that you can see. All right, there's that one. And then we're going to do the microfine or the fine glitter over here on this template. Again, you won't be able to really see it because of it being white. We'll just pour some on there. All right, there's our fine glitter. I'm going to brush these off with my brush. As you can see, because of the cut, there's our Stardust, the fine glitter, and there is the cut with just a fine glitter. Now what's going to happen is when we put resin on these, and I'm just going to do it on this just because, again, this is just a sample, and that's okay. We don't call it wasted product, we call it a learning experience. For anybody that says that's wasteful, no, this is how we learn. Okay, so imagine that this would be on a pen. So we're going to put a little bit of resin on here, and we are going to spread it out just like you would if it was a pen. Now remember, there's a couple of flakes of black glitter in here, and that is because my brush was contaminated. That is not because the glitter is spreading on this one. So we have this one, and you can see, I'm just going to set that for a minute. You can see that that glitter did not move. It is all in the same spot. Now we're going to do the same on the fine glitter. We don't like that sound. Almost time for some new UV. And you can see that that black glitter is moving because it's contaminating my glove, and it's contaminating our white glitter. See how that moved? So that's the difference. It's because of the cut. That thicker, even though it's a fine glitter, that thicker cut does not get into the adhesive as well as like an ultra microfine does. So to prevent that, you can do a couple of things. If you're going to use the fine glitter, that is totally fine. I would recommend sealing it with like a clear spray paint, matte, a clear matte spray paint before you do your resin. So you can still use the fine glitters, the fine like that, but in order for it to not contaminate, just spray it. I would spray even 2 coats of it on your template before you apply your UV resin, or go with like a Stardust or an ultra fine, and you will not have that issue. So I hope that helps, and I hope that shows you the difference. Thanks again for the question. That was a great question. Happy crafting.